and like her can undo it. Anyway, she's like in her 40s, but she gives the energy of a 25-year-old. It's crazy. I want to be like her when I grow up. She like, I don't know, I don't know where it comes from, but the whole class, she's like, woo, you know, she's like trying to hype people up. She's dancing, she's like snapping her fingers. And we're like lifting weights and literally like almost on the verge of tears because her class is extremely hard. And you know, it's good when the teacher is like pushing you to the point of your muscles literally shaking. You know what I mean? Because that's how growth happens. I think that if you shouldn't go to the point where it hurts, right? Nothing painful, but you do need to push yourself, right? And so I've been trying to push myself, and she told me, she's like, Marissa, you've just been getting stronger. I know she probably says this to a lot of people. She's like, Marissa, I've been watching you just get stronger and stronger. I'm like, oh, that's so nice. I have been working really hard. This past year, I've really been working on my physical fitness, and even like the past few months, I've really been trying to take it serious. I even want to go even harder, honestly. I might increase from 4 times a week to 5. We'll see. Rex, how's your yoga practice going? How's it going with you? Do you go to a studio or do you just practice at home? Both are good. Both can be fantastic. Here, let me switch my audio to my headphones so it's not appearing twice. It's not that great, to be honest. I need to get back on a real schedule. That's fine. I have had points where I only do it when it feels right. It's just like this year it's been a big goal of mine. I want to be able to do a handstand. Okay, so I've set the new deadline for when I'm going to do my handstand before I turn 30. So I'm 28 right now, so I've got 2 years to figure that out. Some big changes might happen to my body between now and then, so that might set me back a little bit, but we'll see. I've been working on crow pose some more. Bro, crow pose is actually really hard. It's really, really hard. It's like one of the hardest poses. It doesn't look hard. Here, I'll show you. For those who don't know. But a lot of it's about your fear. You're like afraid. You're afraid you're gonna fall, right? So here's crow pose. So you have to round your back. You place your knees on your triceps. So you're balancing your knees on your arms, and your head, look, you're staring directly on the ground. And like there's the point of view, you know, here's where what gets me is I'm so afraid of falling on my face. And usually I can only get 1 foot up at a time. If I get both feet up, I'm only up for like maybe 1 second. I'm not even joking. 1 second, 2 seconds. That's as much as I can do. But I'm really working on it. I learned that if I put a pillow right where my head's supposed to be, like where my head would land, that gives me extra security. Like, oh, if I were to fall over, at least I'd have somewhere to land. So I need to not, worry about breaking my neck, right? Rex used to do 6 days a week for like an hour or more. Damn, that's a lot. Right now I'm like 1 to 2 times of sort of unstructured practice. Well, it fluctuates depending on what you got going on in your life. Like, I think I need to be patient with myself in rebuilding a practice. I always just want to be right back in beast mode. No, patience is good. Patience is so good because you don't want to burn yourself out. Like, I've done fitness, routines before where I did burn myself out, and I actually had to recover for several months afterwards. Like, I pushed myself way too hard. When I was first getting into lifting weights, I went to this like class at the gym, And I wanted to have big muscles right now. I wanted to like see the results immediately. And it's like I didn't even have foundational strength. I didn't have any strength at all. It was so bad to the point of where like my shoulder would dislocate. Even if I would reach behind me and pick up a bag of groceries, my shoulder would dislocate because there's no muscles there. And so I pushed myself too hard. I didn't know anything about my muscles or like how to, Yeah, dude, it hurt. It was painful. And it is scary because you never know like if you can pick something up or you can't. Even like raising my arms above my head was like too much. It would just there'd be the risk of them coming out. And like we did like there was a barbell. What is it called? Like a barbell, or like there's a bar and then there's 2 weights attached to it. I was doing that, and the teacher obviously was pushing us, and like I actually developed chronic pain in my hands and in my feet because first of all I didn't have the right shoes. My shoes were way too tight, and second of all I was clenching my hands too much, and I guess I strained them. I thought I developed arthritis, honestly, because it lasted for about 6 months of just constant pain and soreness in my hands. I was like, oh my god, did I ruin my hands? So that's why you gotta be careful, right? Or you gotta trust your body. Your body knows what's right and what isn't right. And it's not normal to experience pain when you're exercising. Like, soreness is one thing. And even then, like, when I get soreness, it's maybe like it lasts for 1 day and then it goes away. Or it's like a slight thing, like, oh, when I'm going down the stairs, I'm like, oh, I feel that. Or when it used to be the point where like I would shower afterwards, and I would even struggle to pick up a bar of soap and like, like wash myself. That was too far, I feel like. I feel like that's too far. It has to be like a little tiny change over time. Steadily, gradually over time. You gotta be patient. It's amazing how much listening to your body in a really detailed way is so crucial to exercising safely. Yeah, and not copying other people, right? Listening to your body. You're the only one ultimately who knows how your muscles work, right? You could see on an image or on a video how, hey, what's up, Chaotic? Nice to see you. I missed you. I hope you've been well. We're talking about exercising. Anyways, you could see an image or a video of like a certain pose, like, and conceptually understand like, oh, okay, my feet are supposed to be up here and my head's supposed to be down here. But you don't know what it feels like in your body to actually do that. And like, I don't know, every body is different. Every like hip width and back, and then different injuries and like back length, torso length, leg length. You gotta like keep all that in mind. And so it's really about like when doing yoga, I would say like the slower you go, the better. I used to do yoga where it was like, I would do downward facing dog, I would do like sun salutation, and I would do downward facing dog, and then I'd do warrior 2, and I'd immediately do a reverse warrior, and then I immediately do side angle, and it's like, that's not how you're supposed to. You can see that in like cute YouTube videos where people are showing off their abilities, but like, what's so much better is when you're moving slowly through each posture. You're really feeling, how are my muscles feeling when I'm leaning over like this? Am I like dumping into am I dumping into my hip? Am I dumping into my ankle? Right? When I did the jerky poses, when I just jerked into it and like whipped myself into it, that's how I got my hip injury, which is now permanent. Don't we love permanent reminders of our mistakes? Permanent reminders. Chaotic, I'm good. I went on I recently got back from a 10-day meditation retreat. So that was interesting. I fear that I'm already going back to my old patterns. I fear that I'm already kind of forgetting. Where's Goenka? Oh, dang it. I didn't have him in the... Let me find him. I wanted to have my little image of Goenka. I'm gonna put him down in the corner. Because I want to go through a couple of his quotes. Okay, can I paste it directly into my OBS? No, I can't. Okay, I'm gonna save my image and then insert it. I just forgot. Do you guys ever do that where you save an image and you immediately forget where you saved it? So many of my images are just in the void. Like they're lost forever. Okay, I saved it to downloads. Oh my god, okay, he's huge. That's a little too big. Yeah, this is the first time I wore glasses on stream. I got them just barely to give my eyes a break sometimes. Okay, we'll have him sitting, chilling in the corner. What a guy. This is my guru. This is my guru. Well, I don't want to say my, because that implies ownership. I don't own him. I think he actually mentioned this. He was like, why do people refer to people as my this, my that? He is a wise person that I take inspiration from. That's what he is. Rex is reminded with a hip injury as well. Dude, hip injuries? Terrible. Because you can't, like, it's a constant reminder, right? When you're walking. For me, I can feel it when I'm walking. So, all it takes is maybe like a 5-10 minute walk and it'll start, start feeling it. Luckily, it's not that bad. It's like I got an MRI of it and it's in these two tiny little muscles deep in the hip. And it would be too much. First of all, it would be way too much money. And second of all, it would just be way too much of a hassle to like get surgery on it. So what the doctor recommended was just to strengthen all my other muscles around there. And it'll be less. But yeah, gonna have pain there for the rest of my life. Nice. I love that. My husband injured his knee permanently from doing like a breakdancing class. It's amazing how one time you do something, you could just fuck up your life. I tore them. Yeah, there's little tears. There's little tears in those muscles. I think I recall the exact moment it happened because I did feel it. I was whipping myself. From a balancing posture. I think I was doing staff pose. And then I landed. No, they will never rebuild. They will never heal. Cause typically muscles, if you damage them a little bit, I think they can heal again. But I'm not sure what happened, but yeah, they're not going to. I mean, it's been like 5 years and nothing's happened. And the tears are still there, so I don't think there's any hope. But it is what it is. It's fine. It's fine. Chaotic says, by the way, I do have some news. As of today, I officially started dating someone I really like. Ooh, congratulations. You want to tell us about them? That's exciting. That's really exciting. That's really exciting. I hope your relationship goes well. I hope always goes well with that. That's really exciting to have a new relationship. Yeah. I wish you the best of luck with that. Having a companion in life is fun. It's your first ever relationship? Oh my gosh. Well, there's gonna be a lot you're gonna learn, probably. That's really exciting, though. I'm thinking back to my first relationship. It was okay. As far as relationships go, it could have... Actually, you know what? The one before that. So I had, like, my first official boyfriend. The relationship I had before that, I didn't call him my boyfriend. But that, if you would call that my first relationship, that did not go well. That did not go well. I think I mentioned it already on stream, but like my mom ended up having to bail this person out of jail for doing something. So I didn't really pick a good one. I didn't really pick a good person. No, yeah, we can't judge people based on one action or two actions. Good person, bad person, that's not for me to decide. But it probably wasn't a good choice in relationship, as far as relationships go. All your relationships were a mess. Oh shit. No! I had a point in my dating life where I really was considering, like, what is going on here? Why is every man I meet... I want to be nice, but, like, just not good. Not good for me. Kind of toxic. Kind of toxic. Yeah, my first relationship, the person lied about his age. He was actually 10 years older than he said he was. And then he got into some... he got pulled over, and he had an unpaid speeding ticket, and so he went to jail for that, and my mom bailed him out for that. That was the first time he ever met my parents. That was the first time my parents had ever met someone I was dating. Great. Rex said I didn't get an MRI for mine. I just keep trying to push lightly at my range of motion and building muscle across the whole range of motion. I'm only a year into my recovery, so I'm hoping to still see improvements. Oh, okay. Yeah, best of luck to you. Yeah, that's always good. Like, strengthening all the muscles around that, because if you're depending on that muscle for things like walking, then you're just constantly, you know what I mean? You're constantly, re-injuring yourself. And I probably should have done some sort of intervention when it first happened. I just thought it was like some sort of a sprain, or, you know, so I just let it. I was like, oh, it's just sore, it'll heal after a while. And then the months turned into years of pain, and I was like, wait, this is probably gonna be here forever. Oh no, yikes. Chaotic, you must be really excited. I'm trying to think if I have any questions. How did you meet this person? How did you meet this person? If you don't mind sharing. If you don't want to share, that's fine. Actually every single one of my relationships I met online. I met on a dating app. I haven't met anybody in real life. Like, people don't come up to me and ask me for my number and vice versa. I never like gave my number to anybody. Although, thinking back, that would have been really nice if somebody gave me their number. Nah. I think that's just not how it works as much these days. People don't really meet each other in real life. But my relationship turned out great. And I met my husband online, or on a dating app. Okay, I'm gonna switch the music. Let me see. What music do I want? I'm gonna do this one. So, today I have a few things we can do. So first of all, I wanted to look at some quotes by Goenka to like refresh in my mind because I'm already forgetting. I'm already forgetting everything that I learned from this, from Vipassana. There's a reason why they encourage you to meditate twice a day for 1 hour each, so 2 hours a day. I haven't been doing that, so I'm not making myself feel guilty for that. I knew already that I wouldn't be doing that, but I understand now. It's actually mind-blowing how quickly we can forget even the most traumatic of experiences. I know, dude, literally 2 days. Okay, and he was saying he was like, if you get 2 hours less of sleep every night in order to meditate, that's okay, because you will have rested your mind anyway. It's like, I don't know what it is with Goenka and not sleeping, but like there were several times where he basically encouraged people not to sleep and instead to meditate. Now, I don't know the neuroscience behind it. I know that like when you meditate, you can put your mind into a sleep state. You can achieve certain sleep brain waves, although it's definitely not the same. I know it's not the same as deep sleep, which is where most of the healing happens. I'm pretty sure you just put your mind into kind of those lighter sleep states where it's like a light nap. So I would not remove 2 hours of high quality deep sleep for like 2 hours of napping. But that's just my opinion. That's my opinion. But yeah, one time in the morning and one time in the evening. And for those who missed the recap of how the technique works, again, I'm not qualified to teach it, but I'm just saying what what I gathered is that you are supposed to do a body scan from head to feet, and then back from feet to head, and you can go whatever direction you want to go. And you focus on each piece by piece. So from even like a small inch, you can go like inch by inch, tiny little pieces, or you can do a whole body part. Your whole shoulder, your whole arm, your whole forearm. And that's what I was doing. I was not doing the more granular, you know what I mean? Like little piece by piece. I was doing the whole thing. And seeing like, what do I feel in this region? Do I feel itching? Do I feel tingling? Do I feel a little prick, like a little prickling sensation? Do I feel heat? Do I feel cold? Do I feel pressure? Do I feel pain? And you just go through like that, your whole body assessing. And in the beginning, you're like, well, I don't feel anything, right? Like my neck, frequently, I would not feel anything. And you come back to those areas, you wait for a minute. You don't like hope anything comes back. You just see. You see reality. He would say this all the time. You see reality as it is, not how you want it to be. This is what I struggle with. Reality as it is, not how you want it to be. Gotta get this through my head. There's no I here. There's no ego involved. Rex could hardly walk at all after mine, so I'm super happy with the progress. Oh man. Yeah, that sounds rough. Deeply sad it happened at all, but also working to find peace with that bit. Yeah, it's hard when you have an injury like that. And I mean, if it's something that's chronic, right, you're really mourning the loss of your previous functioning. It's kind of like when you get sick and you're like, wow, I took for granted all the times I could breathe through my nose. But when you're faced with the possibility of having pain for the rest of your life, that's a really hard pill to swallow. I mean, it's hard to comprehend. If you take it day by day, and that's what I try and do, I take it day by day, like, okay, well, it's only when I'm walking, and it's only a little bit, and if I'm distracted by something else, it's not as big of a deal as I imagined it would be. And that's what this meditation too was about, was like, you can dissociate yourself from things like pain and itching and unpleasant sensations. You can break away from that and see it objectively. And that therefore that reduces the suffering that the pain causes. It doesn't make the pain go away, but it makes the impact of it a lot less, because you're not trying to avoid it. You're not trying to be like, oh my God, this hurts so bad. And you're just constantly thinking about how much it hurts and how much it itches. Because like when you're doing that, you're not accepting the reality. The reality is that this is here on my body and it's going to go away. It might intensify for a minute. It might intensify, get worse, but ultimately it's going to go away. Hopefully. Sometimes it takes a long time to go away. Or it'll change. It'll change from one thing. So like if it's pain I would often experience on my back, it would go from like a burning, searing, like iron on my skin type thing to like stabbing and cold, throbbing. And when I really did reach a point where I was able to break away from this unbearable pain and be like, oh, it looks like it's oh shit, Chozo. Oh my God. Chozo, congratulations. Oh my God. Hold on 1 second. That's amazing. Here you go. You have just earned a gift sub to this channel. No more ads for you.
This universe. And you are creating it at every moment.
You finally got it. You are this universe. Now you've got a little mahjong. You got a little mahjong tile next to your name. Now I can retire in peace. Yeah, you're welcome. That's so cool. There's like I think it's like a 10% chance. So you're lucky. Today's your lucky day. Yeah. Hell yeah. Now you have access to all the emojis too. Chaotic says, well, we both met in university. Oh, we were taking general chemistry together. Oh, you met in real life. We started as friends, but then things started to change as we progressively started to chat more. Then one day I confessed my feelings for her and she replied saying she would like to know me better. And so around 3 months later, we're now dating. Ooh. We went to a bench in a wooded area on campus. We exchanged gifts. She gave me a diary as a present since my birthday was on Sunday and I gave her chocolate. I then asked her if she would like to be my girlfriend. She accepted and we kissed. Ooh, that's so, oh my gosh, I'm so happy for you. That sounds adorable. The gifts? Oh, you guys are doing, that's so sweet. College romance. College romance. I don't know if that makes any sense, but in my personal experience, accepting that I am feeling pain, physical or mental, and exercising compassion for me and others actually helped me with the pain. Oh, compassion. I also found out about the placebo effect as to how thoughts itself can change your brain and body either for better or worse. Yeah, absolutely. You can gaslight yourself. I like to put it that way. You can gaslight yourself. Like, it doesn't bother me. This pain. What? I don't care. I don't care about it. Yeah, I have pain. So what? You can convince yourself that pain isn't that bad. Chose said 10% is very generous. Well, I'm a generous person. So I'm a very generous person. Let me check my ego. Hold on. Oh no. Oh no. Well, it was at like 5% before, and I was getting really impatient. I was like, nobody's getting the thing. I want people to get the thing. I want to hear the cool music. Thank you. I like it too. I specifically chose frames that look a little bit unique, and they match my shirt too. I got this shirt. You guys, this looks like a meditation outfit, doesn't it? This is my meditation outfit. Oh shit! Hold on. There. Okay. Doesn't this look like a meditation outfit? It's just so good. This is my new my new wardrobe just involves like the baggiest of baggy clothes, baggy pants. I got these from Costco. Yeah, I'm transitioning into Weird Al. I'm gonna become Weird Al slowly over time. Also, I don't know what this loading thing is. Oh, that's my camera. Okay, I'll turn that off. Okay, we're not buffering anymore. Yeah. I like to be comfortable. And when I was at the meditation retreat, this is what everybody's wearing. So I fit right in. The baggiest of the baggy pants, baggy shirts. Because when you're sitting, I mean, in Aristotle's stream, he was talking about clothing trends and about how it seems like more and more women are wearing low-rise jeans. Girl, you won't catch me wearing those ever. No, those days have passed. I wore those a few times when I was like a teenager. Never again. Because when you sit down, when you can't even breathe, first of all. There's not enough room for you to breathe. And also the line that goes, he was saying how the line goes immediately above your pubic hair. Like, it's just so low. It cuts off your belly when you sit down. So you end up having like this line across your belly. Which is just unpleasant. And then you can't even cross your legs. I need to be able to cross my legs. I need to be able to sit in weird positions. I need to constantly be able to change my position. I know that Goenka would not enjoy that. Because Vipassana, you're supposed to sit very still. But when I'm not meditating, I can sit in whatever position I want to. Anyways. Yeah, as far as pain goes, yeah, that's definitely something I learned from personal experience. Now I have personal experience. It all depends on how you look at it. You can reach a point where you just completely dissociate. Although, I mean, it's like a delicate balance, right? Because you want to dissociate from your uncomfortable emotions and perceptions and whatnot. You want to dissociate from your pain and your itching and whatever, but in order to do that, you also have to dissociate away from your pleasurable sensations. So if you have like a nice little tingling or a nice like heat or what have you, you have to be objective towards those too. You have to be like, I'm not going to crave that. I'm not going to want that to come back. And that's hard. During Vipassana, you'll eventually reach a point. The way you know you're doing it right is eventually all the sensations will kind of equalize into just whole body tingling. Like this whole body tingling sensation. Because ultimately, every single one of your cells is perceiving something at every point. I don't know like the science behind how that fucking works. But anyway, like you eventually receive whole body tingles or like whole body electricity. And that feels nice. But you're supposed to be like, oh, okay, that's happening now. So what? I don't care. I don't want it. I'm not needing it. I'm not afraid that it will go away. I'm not wanting it to come back. If I don't have it, I'm not wanting it to come back. So, like, I found myself at certain points being, like, emotionally numb. Like, the points where my pain was really, really bad, or my itching was really bad, and I was able to detach and dissociate. I also dissociated from everything, like my personality, everything. Like, I walked out of that meditation hall just like with my eyes open. And I go to the dining hall. I grab some tea and I'm just I look like I've seen a ghost or some shit. Like I look like I've just come back from war. I mean, kind of is. Only you can fight your own battles. Only you can fight your own battles. Disgust. Yeah. Perhaps some disgust. More like, just numbness. Just like nothing matters. What did I just go through? I don't care about anything or anyone. I'm not thinking about anything or anyone. I'm just a robot. And that's where I'm like, ooh, is this really what I want? Is this really what I'm working towards as a Buddha? Like, if I were to ultimately achieve enlightenment, I mean, yeah, I mean that's what it is that you would lose your ego, aka you would lose your personality. You would lose, like, not your personality, you would lose your ability to care about anything. You wouldn't care about anything because nothing matters. It's all impermanent. Nothing lasts. You just become in like an extreme, and Buddhists would hate that I say this, but you'd become like an extreme nihilist. Maybe I'm not gathering it. But I heard from somewhere that meditation is basically a death trial. Like you're testing out, what is it like to die? I mean, that's what it feels like. That's what it feels like to me every time I do it. I'm like, this is death. This is death. They talk about the ultimate goal, the ultimate state of enlightenment is where it's just pure existence. You don't have any thoughts, you don't have any perceptions, you don't have any emotions, you don't have any narrator. There's no narrator narrating the things occurring. There's no memories, there's no nothing. It's just nothing. And I'm like, isn't that just death? Is that what we're working? We're working towards death. We're dying. We're having little deaths twice a day for 2 hours a day. Is that what we're doing? We're reminding ourselves that we die. I mean, I guess I can see how it would be helpful. Like, you remind yourself that you will die. You're having a little trial run of death. But you already get that when you sleep. You already get, when you have deep sleep and everything disappears. You don't have any dreams. You don't have anything. That's basically death. And then you wake up and you start over and all your memories come back. Like, well, especially when you wake up and it's like, where am I? Who am I? What's going on? I do that all the time. Where it's like, oh yeah, I'm this person, and oh yeah, I'm married, and oh yeah, I live here now. And oh yeah, I have a cat. And oh yeah, and it slowly comes in the minutes after I wake up. And then I just go about my day as if nothing happened, even though I just experienced death like 2 hours ago. It's crazy. It's crazy how the mind just like forgets. Anyway, I wanted to go into some quotes by Goenka. Let's feel inspired, shall we? I'm just gonna read some quotes of his. If there is no peace in the minds of individuals, how can there be peace in the world? Make peace in your own mind first. True. Oh, this is one he would say every day. Work diligently. Diligently. Work patiently and persistently. Patiently and persistently. And you'll be bound to be successful. Bound to be successful. Oh my gosh, the amount of times he said that like almost 5 times a day, every single day. That's like burned into my memory. No quotes. Oh yeah, I'll add it as a quote. Let's see. Real wisdom. Oh, okay. What is real wisdom? Let's find out. Goenka says real wisdom is recognizing and accepting that every experience is impermanent. With this insight, you will not be overwhelmed by ups and downs. And when you are able to maintain an inner balance, you can choose to act in ways that will create happiness for you and for others. Living each moment happily with an equanimous mind, you will surely progress towards the ultimate goal of liberation from all suffering. I don't know if I want the ultimate goal. That's an ignorant. You know what? That's probably just my ignorance coming out. I'm resisting what enlightenment. My resistances lie in my enjoyment of the ups and downs. I like it. I like the ups and downs of life. I mean, it's kind of hard when you're in the midst of suffering to be like, oh yeah, this is great. I love it. But when the suffering's over and when you have a good point in your life, that's nice. That's really nice. Like, oh, I completed that hard thing. That's over now. And now we get to enjoy. If you don't have any ups or any downs, what the hell is the point? Why? What are we doing here? Why? Why do we exist? Why do we have these sense organs? Why do we have our sense of touch? Why do we have our sense of taste? Why do we have our sense of sight or smell or thinking or anything? Why was that even given to us? Yeah, I don't think I can ever become enlightened because I have that mental block. That like thing in the back of my mind that's telling me, well, I don't even want this anyway. If I have that in the back of my mind, then I will never become enlightened, and I know that. I have to want it. I have to want to cease to exist. I don't want that yet. Maybe later. Maybe that's my death denial. Maybe that's me just forgetting that I'm gonna die. Memento mori. Remember. You will die. Remember. It could happen tomorrow. What'd you report me for? Who'd you report me to? Oh no. What'd I do? Oh, you guys want to see how the paper turned out? Look. Here's the paper. This is a paper we made the other day. Look at it. It's so good. It's thin. It's super thin. You can't say you want to cease to exist. I didn't say that. I said I don't want to. I said I don't want to. If I said I wanted to, and I said I wanted to become enlightened, that'd be one thing. But I do not want to cease to exist. Yeah, I made this. It's good. Except This is the thin one. Remember we were doing in the beginning, we were making really thin sheets, and they kept tearing because my sheets weren't good enough. But the ones I on felt were actually really good. You can see like that I didn't blend it well enough because there's little unblended pieces. There's like a little letter. There's a letter A, a letter N. It's kind of cute. It gives it character. So that's that, and this is what I want. The other ones that I made, I don't know how I feel. Here's all the other ones we made. Well, there's two different categories. There's like ones that are like a bit thinner. So these are, oh, okay. There we go. These ones are a bit thinner. And these ones are obviously like, this is like cardboard texture. I have no idea what I'm gonna do with this. This is like egg carton. Oh, that's the best way to describe it. It's like an egg carton. It's super firm, super textured. There's a little Toby. Do you see this? Oh my god, it's a little Toby paw print. It's so cute. Toby walked on a bunch of my papers. So a bunch of them have a little surprise. Oh my god. It's so adorable. I'm gonna use this somehow. I thought about how I would use these, and I think the way I use them is anytime I'm doing a craft project, I'm gonna put this underneath as like protection. So I don't have to have I don't get newspapers, so whatever you would need for newspapers for, like, oh, I'm gonna paint something, I'll put newspaper under it. I'll put these under. That's basically the only thing I could think of. If anybody has any ideas for like what else I could do, let me know. But and then there's these medium ones, which aren't as, they're not as nice as, I don't know if you can tell, but here, I need to do a different, there. You see, can you tell how this one obviously looks like a regular paper, and this is something I would, if I'm gonna do like a business or anything, I would make papers like this. This is like, what is this? Like, oh, there's another pop. You see that? There's another pop print on it. Yeah, this is unusable. You can't use it for anything. I mean, not for writing or anything. You could make a card out of this. You could write on it. You could make a notebook out of it. This one, you would just have to use for like scrap paper or like, maybe like cutting out shapes. Maybe I could cut out little shapes and like make little cards that way. But besides that, oh crap, I just mixed my papers together. Oh no, I didn't. It's over here. So my medium ones, I have no idea what I'm gonna do. But you guys, I've got so much scrap paper to work with. So the possibilities are endless. And now I know that the whole point was the first time I do it, figuring out what do I like, what works, forming the vision. We formed our vision. So our vision is, first of all, we need to blend more. We need to not overfill the blender. Blend it more so it doesn't have these little letters and everything on it. I'm fine with the color. It's just a little bit gray, but honestly, it's not that bad. You can write on this just fine. You can type on it just fine. It folds, which is cool. I thought it would be more fragile, but it can fold. And then we'll do like really thin ones. And then I might just do really, really small batches on just the felt. I thought I could use the old sheets, but that just didn't work. We want to recycle where we can, but it has to be practical. If it's not practical, if it doesn't serve our purpose, then And I mean, I don't think I'll ever get to the point where I'm gonna like buy new felt. I don't even know what felt is made out of, but who knows. Another thing I learned is that I need a studio space because I completely destroyed the entire upper floor of our house. And I mean that literally. Somebody recommended I clean the floor with hydrogen peroxide, and I didn't do that. I used bleach. Just think about that for a second. Did I use 100%? No, I didn't use the bleach directly. But I did dilute the bleach. Don't do that. Don't use bleach on anything, okay? Please, this is a PSA. Do not use bleach on literally anything. You will regret it permanently. It will absolutely ruin your clothes. It will absolutely ruin your carpet. If you don't know what you're doing, do not use bleach. I destroyed my carpet. There's a big old bleach stain over there. And then, like, I also, when I was taking out the bleach from the laundry room, some of it spilled onto the floor, and then it also spilled on my black pants. So my black pants have a little bleach spot, and, like, I wiped my bleach-covered hand, which I didn't even use gloves. I wiped the bleach on my pants, and those are ruined. I feel so stupid, you guys. I mean, I knew this, but also you know how you get to the point where you're really impatient and you just want something to be solved now? I had black tea spilled on my floor, and I was like, I want this brown stain to be gone. I want to deal with this right now. I'm going to do it right now. And then I ruined my carpet. So it was like, it turned orange. So my carpet's like gray. And you'd think, oh, it'll just turn it white. No. It turns it orange. It turns it orange, like a really bright orange. And so that night I was like frantically looking at YouTube videos trying to decide, like, how do I fix this? What do I do? I was seeing how if you call a contractor to come and fix it, it'll be like $500. No, I'm not doing that. So I saw a tutorial for how to like re-dye the carpet, and I went to Home Depot yesterday. I rented out a carpet cleaner. I finally bought hydrogen peroxide, which again, I should have used in the first place. Then I wouldn't be doing this. I bought hydrogen peroxide because that actually neutral. Bleach is acidic, right? And then hydrogen peroxide is basic. Anyways, one is one and the other is the other. So they neutralize each other. So hydrogen peroxide will you have to put something on the bleach to neutralize it. In order for the color to actually and for the bleach to stop eating your carpet. So I put hydrogen peroxide on there. And then I got this like fabric dye. It's okay. I got this fabric dye. Not sponsored. Yeah, I know that it's like harsh chemicals, yada yada yada. I don't care. When I get my one-track mind of like, there's a problem and I need to solve it. I need to solve it right now. I forget everything I was planning on doing today. I am doing this now. So I went to go buy this. I didn't even bother to like match the color. I mixed up a little bit of it. I put it on. Turns out it was way too much. So the carpet over there is like really gray. There's like really gray spots. And it is what it is. It's fine. By the way, there's an ad coming in 30 seconds. Here, I'm gonna snooze my ad just for a second, so I can finish my story. So that was bad. I think what you're supposed to do is start out with the minimum amount and then build up over time. You know, less is more. Don't use too much. So I didn't do that, and I stained the carpet dark gray. Yeah. But I learned over time. And then the big bleach spot over here, I was able to cover up, kind of. It's still noticeable. It looks like there's a shadow on the car. It looks like the carpet's wet. Maybe you can see it on camera. I'm not sure. I'll show you. Okay, I'm gonna point to it. I'll show you. See if you can't really, it doesn't really show up on camera. That's good. It's right here. It's this big area right here. And there's a little bit of bleach here, there's a little bit of lightness here, but you can't really tell. There's another one that's right here, which has a little bit of grayness. Actually, I'm pretty happy. I'm pretty satisfied. I'm happy with myself. We could have paid $500. I did it for free. Well, I did it for $50, which is still a lot of money. But now you can't really, it's not as noticeable. It just looks like there's this dark patch around, and then there's a few like little light, super light orange parts right here. It looks like it could be like a water stain or something, but earlier it was like bright orange all the way around here. So I think I did a good job. It looks like the carpet is like a little bit ruffled. You know, it looks like, because when you ruffle the carpet, it can sometimes appear a bit more dark. It just looks like the carpet is ruffled. And then there's a few slightly lighter parts. Anyway, I'm now a private contractor. You can call me to come fix your carpet. I'll fix it. What's up, Dom? How's it going? Dom, we were going through some Goenka quotes earlier. Carpets are meant to get stained. Dude, carpets are a hassle. I like having hardwood floors. I'm so glad I have hardwood floors downstairs. Because upstairs, and I should do my crafts downstairs. I just don't have a space. Sadhu. Yep. I agree. You agree? Yeah, we're going in through some quotes. Let me find another good quote. When one experiences truth, the madness of finding fault with others disappears. Sadhu. The ultimate truth. I was talking earlier about, you may or may not agree with this, but I was talking earlier about how it feels like meditation is just a trial of death. The quote is, when one experiences truth, the madness of finding fault with others disappears. I think Rexler, it kind of has to do with like the whole goal, which is that with Vipassana, you are realizing that you are the cause of all your problems and all your suffering. And every single time you blame outside causes, you're not understanding the truth. The truth being that you are because you're narrating things, because you're liking things and disliking things and craving and have aversion towards things, you are ultimately who decides if you're having a good time or not. And like, I do this all the time where I'm like, this is too overstimulating. The world is too overstimulating. This person said this to me and that made me feel this way. Even something as simple as my social anxiety, blah, 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 blah. My autism, blah, 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 blah. All of those things are because I'm blaming something else. I'm blaming an outside thing for my problems, and I'm just allowing that to drive my life, control my life. Sam, what's up? I snoozed my ad again. What's up, Sam? I missed you. How have you been? We're back. We're talking some more about Goenka, some of his wisdom. Okay, this looks like a good quote. Reading some quotes. The mind spends most of the time lost in fantasies and illusions, reliving pleasant or unpleasant experiences, and anticipating the future with eagerness or fear. While lost in such cravings or aversions, we are unaware of what is happening now, what we are doing now. That's very true. Like how on day 9 I was going through I was going through entire episodes of Bridgerton and Heated Rivalry. I was breaking the law of Sheila. I shouldn't have done that. That was a mistake. That was my arrogance. About to make a salad. Nice. Eating healthy. Love to see it. How's law school going? Dom says, are you interested in trying out new techniques while you have some powers? That can be fun. What powers? Here's the thing, Dom. I feel like it's all gone. I've lost all of it. I could jump back in if I wanted to. I feel like if I sat down and said, okay, you're going to sit for 1 hour and not move, I could do it. But I kind of lost my... As Goenka was talking about the theory and everything, and I was talking about this earlier, I don't want to be enlightened. And I think that's my flaw. That's what's going to prohibit me from ever progressing spiritually. I can't fundamentally accept the idea of enlightenment, of becoming enlightened. Very zen of you. Wait, why? Enlightenment doesn't sound, and that's my ignorance, because it doesn't sound appealing to me. I like, okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah, you have to not want it. Little did you know I'm way more wise than most Buddhists. I don't want it. It's like a reverse psychology. I'm not interested. And because I'm not craving it, that is the ultimate wisdom. It's going to come to me now. I'm going to become enlightened. Because I don't want it. If you want it too much, you're not going to have it. Because you forget that wanting is the problem. Tom says, I always think of this quote from the main Thai Buddhist dude. Do not try to become anything. Do not make yourself into anything. Do not be a meditator. Do not become enlightened. When you sit, let it be. Love it. Okay. I'm glad you see it that way, or I'm glad that you're not too apprehensive about my apprehension. Let's see. I'm glad you're not put off by it, because that's not my intention. I'm not saying like screw the idea of that, like I don't want it. I'm saying like I don't want to lose the ups and downs in life. I like the ups and downs in life. That's what makes life interesting. Oh, thank you, Sam. You're nice. I think as Western meditators, we are goal averse because our society is very goal driven. Yeah. Goal averse because our society's very goal. Yeah, I mean, I'd say so. Well, it's mostly because like I have experience achieving goals and realizing yeah, Sam disagrees. I have experience achieving goals and then realizing that I have to exist afterwards as well. If I get enlightened, if I become an arhant, I don't know how that's pronounced. I will still exist. I won't cease to exist, as far as my understanding goes. Before you become enlightened, you chop wood and carry water. After you become enlightened, you chop wood and carry water. So the idea of having a goal to achieve means ultimately that you will have post-achievement depression, which I hate. So the goal is to not have any goals. Just be. Sam is tired and wants to already. Sam, you just don't have enough going on in your life. Well, I don't know anything about your life, so don't listen to what I say. But that's what rubs me. That's the impression I get. While you were gone, I lost my whole company. Oh yeah, fuck. That's rough. How are you coping with that? I remember you telling me about it. And then had to study for law school final for like 10 days. Yeah, finals can be rough. It's been great. Oh, good. Less pressure. Well, there's that. Dom says, I think both can work, striving and non-striving. Okay. Yeah. I mean, and it just might be that I'm not ready for it. The time is not right. I know that there's no time except for right now. And so you need to, but I just don't see myself becoming this really dedicated, because like I saw the people who came, the old students who came, and like they dedicate their lives to this. Like they're meditating 2 hours a day, first of all, morning and night. They're like constantly living by the rules of Vipassana. They're respecting Shila. They're not doing any of the things. They're eating vegetarian. They're like giving all their free time to this. I know it's selfish of me to like want to have. I don't have whatever they have. I don't have the dedication. I don't have the, like, I'm wondering, did they have I was talking to somebody when the 10 days were over, and she was sitting there. I felt so bad because I was sitting down trying to enjoy my silence for a little bit longer. I was like, I don't want to talk to people, actually. There's so many people who are like so excited. Finally, we get to talk, and they're just yapping and yapping. For me, the not talking to anybody was the easiest part, and in fact, I prefer it that way. So anyway, I sit down. It's like outside of the dormitory. I'm sitting down on my chair looking out, and I'm like, I'm enjoying the peace. I'm like, oh my god, I fucking did it. I fucking did it. That was so fucking hard. And then somebody comes over. She's got this really zen expression. You just know that she just had the time of her life, and she wants to talk about it. She wants to tell everyone about it. And I'm like, oh fuck, because she's gonna ask me how my time was. So she comes and sits down next to me, and this conversation starts slowly. She's like, how was it for you? How was it for you? And I'm thinking, I'm like, my mind is scrambling. First of all, I don't want to talk to people. I don't want to. It's so much easier to exist without talking. And then second of all, I'm trying to come up with a response that's not going to like put people off, because I don't want to be that cynical person. Like, I don't want to be this person who's like, actually it was really hard, and yeah, that's it. I didn't learn anything. Nothing profound happened. It was just, it was. It was. I mean, I said I would do something really hard, and I did it. And I'm glad about that. But it wasn't like this super spiritual, mystical experience where I met God or lost my ego or anything. No, that didn't happen. I don't want to be too honest. Sorry, I'm going off. And also there's ads. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, there's ads. But anyway, so I come up with this like bare minimum response of like, oh, I'm still processing. I told her, I was like, I'm still processing. And then I was like, how about you? Because, in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, okay, you need to ask people, how about you more? So I asked her, how about you? And she just has this expression like, it was amazing. She's like, it was amazing. It's like, I can't relate. I can't relate, but good for you. So I basically told her, good for you. I'm happy for you. And then I was like, please excuse me. And I got up and I left. I feel so bad. She really wanted me to like have the best experience ever, and like we would both tell each other that we had the most meaningful experience of our entire lives. And I just couldn't provide that. I was like, okay, you know what? It's better to not say anything. It's better to just not say anything and leave than ruin. I don't want to ruin her peace. I don't want to ruin her moment. I'm happy for her. And then over time, I was talking to more people, I was starting to realize some more positive things. But I was still just kind of like, yeah, it was hard. I don't think I'm going to be meditating every day after this. And, yeah, I don't have much to say. I didn't have a really cool... I mean, I had that one experience with the wind, but besides that, I didn't really have any out-of-body experiences. Everybody else is sharing their out-of-body experiences and whatnot. And I was trying not to let myself be disappointed. Like, that's another thing that I hate about talking, is once you talk, you compare yourself. And so everybody... you spent 10 days just thinking about shit? No, I spent 10 days not thinking about anything. It was nice. I mean, it was nice and not nice. It was extremely boring. It was the most bored I've ever felt in my entire life. It was the most boredom I've ever felt. It was the most pain I've ever felt. It was the most mental turmoil I've ever felt. Sam says, if you want a baby, you don't want Nirvana. What makes you say that? Maybe, because you would be more attached to your life? That's fair. Yeah, I'm too attached. I'm too attached to the people around me. I'm too attached to myself. Oh, I'm so attached to myself. I like being myself. I just barely started liking myself. Just barely. Like a couple years ago, I started not hating myself. Can I enjoy that for a little bit longer? Please. Sam says, now you're engaging. Sorry, I'm gonna... The thing is weird. I'm gonna switch my... There. Now you can see my leg. Otherwise, you're just gonna see this random leg floating around. Dom says, it can be fun to think about enlightenment, but it's just extra meditation benefits. If you like the benefits of 30 minutes a day, that's also great. As Buddha said, it is good in the beginning, good in the middle, good in the end. Yeah, if I'm to meditate, it needs to be good quality. It can't, and even Goenka would agree with this. It can't be a rite or a ritual. It can't be a thing that you just do. Again, this is why I didn't say sadhu. This is why I didn't bow. I didn't just bow like everybody else. if I don't, if I'm not, this is not my arrogance. This is my, well, maybe it is my arrogance. But also, I feel like it's my respect. Like, I'm not going to blindly follow something. I'm just going to, if I really truly submit to it and I really truly believe in the power of this, and if I believe that bowing is the way to submit, then okay, I'll do it. But I didn't believe that, so I didn't do it. Yes, be careful with ideas like enlightenment means this or that. Emotional perfection, limited emotional range, extreme dedication. Yeah. Or thinking that you deserve it if you work hard enough, I feel like. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I deserve it. I should get it by now. That's the danger of, I feel like, if you really, really dedicate your entire life to somebody or to something, it needs to be because you want to do the dedication part, not because you want the final goal. Not because you want the goal. I mean, you can want it a little bit, but that can't be the only reason why you're doing it. You have to enjoy every step of the process. Because if you are only doing it for the final goal, and then if you don't reach the final goal by the end of your life, you will have a very miserable time looking back on your life and realizing you wasted, even though you didn't waste it. That's a subjective thing. You wasted your life. That's how you get in that state of like regretting things or wasting things, is when you're goal oriented, I feel like. Sam says, I love after 10 days your first thought is about how other people perceive you. I mean, it's a fundamental part of my personality that I want to spread goodness. Even if I don't have goodness within me, at least I can make other people happier. Because that's what they deserve. I don't need to be spreading negativity. I could do that all day. And again, it's up to me to fight my own battles. I don't need to spread my negativity on others for them to console me. Because that's just me not working on myself enough. Sam says, that's how I feel about people doing psychedelics for the first time. I'm like, I'm so glad that you realized we're all wearing masks. That's a great place to be. Yeah, it's interesting. Different people have different first experiences with psychedelics. I remember in my first experiences, something really notable, or something that's persisted since then. What was really noticeable was I would perceive people as either asleep or awake. And it's like I could intuitively tell, oh, this person's asleep. This person's awake. And I don't mean it as physically like they're sleeping, but I mean asleep as in they are so disconnected from themselves and what life even is. They don't even know. They don't even know what they're saying. They're so out of their body. They're so out of they're just like a zombie. Like my husband took a work call while I was tripping, which rude. He was a trip sitter, so, you know, that was nice of him. But like the person on the lawyer, I hate lawyers. The lawyer on the other end was like so, it wasn't even what she said, it was just like how she said things. I just knew that she had never touched grass in her entire life. She had never known real peace in her entire life. And this is not me like judging her. It's just like me being like, oh shit. I cannot imagine living my life that way. That sucks. Anyway. Okay, sorry. I'm so behind on the comments. I could tell that person's physically asleep. Well, no. I meant like, like spiritually asleep or spiritually awake. Stomp says, at least try some Zazen or Metta before you give it up. I'm not gonna give it up. I'm sorry. I make it sound like I'm gonna just give up. No. I think what it is, I'm just a little bit disappointed. I'm disappointed that my life hasn't completely done a 180 and I've completely changed. I still have my flaws. Damn it. It didn't fix me. Because no external thing could fix me. I have to fix me. You mean I have to do work every single day to fix myself? What? I know, expectation. Yep, I tried not to. I swear to God, I tried not to have expectations. I was like, well, my bare minimum is that I did something hard and anything else, that's just extra. And I really did. I went into that. I was like, I don't expect anything to happen. But subconsciously, I guess I did. This feels like what you've described with mushrooms, wanting to find God. I know, yeah, in the beginning I was trying to find God. I was trying to have ego death, because everybody else talks about it. Ego death. You know what? I might have experienced... Do you guys think I've experienced it already? What does ego death mean for you? Maybe it's not as big of a deal as I think it is. And I might have experienced it already, I just didn't realize it. Yeah, wanting things. Yeah, wanting things. You should consider what you did. Hard mode. Now it can be more enjoyable. Okay. Sam says, I'm very turned off by all the ritual of that. Yeah, well, and that just has to do with how I was raised. Like, people telling me blindly following things, I'm just incapable of doing that. I have to find the meaning of it within myself. And I won't do things just because other people are doing. I won't bow just because other people do. I'll bow because I want to. Yeah, you can never waste anything if you decide. Let's see. Ketamine was the closest thing to ego death I'd say I've experienced. Oh, you've done ketamine before? Ketamine is interesting. A horse tranquilizer. I don't know. Do I go into... Nah. Maybe one day. I don't know about ketamine, though. That has, like, side effects that I'm not super interested in. It depends on what I want. I think I'm good right now. I don't really want anything right now. I'm just chilling. Do you just want to know that you're like everyone else? I mean, I would like to think that I'm different from everybody else. And I feel like that's what causes me so much pain, is the illusion that I'm somehow special or different. Which is not true. Okay. Dom has never experienced anything that deep. Well, and that's the thing you need to understand, and that's something I need to understand as well, is that any sort of meditation will never be like the psychedelic experience. And I didn't know. Sam says, don't go to law school. Law school is just believing other people. Oh, I know. Yeah, I know. I could never be a lawyer. The way my husband interacts with people, but he does the best he can. He tries to help other people, and that's good. My husband tries to help people that actually need it. You know, like, he does a lot of pro bono work, so he does a lot of helping people out with debt and with, like, landlord-tenant issues. He stopped helping rich people protect their money. He used to do that. He used to just help rich people protect their money, because that's what happens when you work for a big law firm. But he was like, this kind of sucks. I'm not doing anything meaningful. And so he quit. Why can't you both be special and the same? Yeah. Yeah, I guess I can be. I mean, I'm special in the sense that, like, nobody else will ever know what it's like to be me. Nobody else will ever experience that. Nobody else will ever have my same level of subjective experience. So that's cool. I mean, it's extremely lonely sometimes, but it's cool. And then, like, I'm just like everybody else in the sense that I have a lot of the same flaws, and therefore I should give myself more grace for those. Dom says yoga nidra can be pretty psychedelic. Damn, have I not been doing it right? Oh man, I haven't been doing these right. That's why I do Burmese Vipassana. It's trippy as fuck. What? Okay, so Dom says meditation can be super psychedelic. I must have just done the wrong one. No, it's not the wrong one. I don't regret it. I'm glad I did it. And I wasn't really looking for that. Although I was curious. In the back of my mind, I was like, is this going to be anything like a psychedelic experience? It wasn't. I had like that one experience where I hallucinated a statue of Buddha and like specifically his nose. It was yellow. And then I had one instance where I like imagined I was often this happens where like I feel like I'm in just a white room. Just whiteness everywhere. I'm seeing white. Like this white void. You'd think a void would be black, but it was white. But I guess like because I've seen visuals before, things don't really impress me. I don't know. I permanently am just like, well, I was just hallucinating. Psst. What's new? I think I need to get rid of my whole need for newness. New experience. My experience seeking. Sam has had some psychedelic experiences meditating. Hell yeah. You should tell me. Let us know. Like what? What happened? I love hearing people's trip stories. Dom says trippy stuff happens in Goenka too. From checking out their maps, you lose the shape of your body and it's just flickering and right. That's true. Flickering energy. Well, like I said, I was feeling the blood pumping through my body. There was one woman who was able to feel the different chambers of her heart. I felt the blood pumping through my body, through each limb of my arms specifically. And then I felt, when he did the final chant, I felt this hum through my entire body, just, you know, like super vibrating. And then I started breathing in a very strange way. I was going in. I didn't go into the details because the breathing was it. But it was like every time he breathed, I felt like I was being breathed and the breath was coming through me. But again, I tie that to it was really, really hard and it was over. And so my body was so excited for it to be over that it had like a near orgasmic experience. That's all damn this brain, you know what I mean? Why can't I just have anything magical anymore? Why can't I just be like, yeah, the spirit of Dhamma was flowing through me? I don't know. Sam says near orgasmic experience is pretty neat to have doing nothing. Yeah, I know. Well, I'm somebody who even the idea of an orgasm is like, eh. I mean, it's cool when it happened, but it's like, eh. it happens and then it doesn't happen and then it stops happening. It's not like it's happening all the time. It's just like, it's like eating a really good piece of chocolate cake. It's nice in the moment, but it will pass away. It will end. It will finish. Nothing lasts. It could be PT. What is this? I'm looking it up. What is PT? Let's see. Buddhism. A mental factor associated with the development of jhana in Buddhist meditation. It's a stimulating, exciting, and energizing and dry quality. Yo. I think this is it. Let's see. Piti is a joyful sankhara. So the sensations are called sankharas. And sankharas are what you need to remove. You need to get rid of those. When they express themselves, you need to not react to them. You just allow them to happen. Associated with no object, so the practitioner is not attaining it by desire. Yeah, I wasn't attaining it by desire. It was just happening spontaneously. I noticed too when I was like waiting for it to happen, like when he did the chant, it wouldn't happen. When I was anticipating it, you know what I mean? Then it just wouldn't happen at all. But when I was trying to focus on the meditation and then I was like surprised by the chanting, then I would experience the full body tingles. Dom says there's two kinds of meditative joy, sukha and piti. Sukha is a calming joy, feels like content. Piti is energizing joy, and it's mostly brief and can have rushes through the body and rapturous experiences. I think, yeah, this sounds very similar. Both piti and sukha are born of bodily seclusion and mental quietude. Oh, yeah. Here's another theory I had. Again, I'm very ignorant, so I'm trying to scientifically define these things. I had a theory that I was achieving brain, like, sleep brain waves. Like, you know, what is that called? Between sleeping and waking. I was achieving that brain state. When you're in that brain state, if you hear a sudden noise, you're going to have like this rush of it. It's like not a rush of adrenaline. It's more like a tingling throughout your body where it's like, it's kind of waking you up a little bit, but not quite. When you're just about to fall asleep and I actually, sometimes before I fall asleep, I feel a zap. I feel a zap throughout my entire body. And it starts in my ear. It starts in my head. And it just like, zzz, it zaps me. And that's how I know I'm right about to fall asleep. Yeah, it's crazy. First I was worried. I was like, am I dying? Am I gonna die? But, it's kind of similar to that. But at the Vipassana, it was cool because it wasn't just a one-time thing. It was like, as he was saying the whole chanting, and it would like come in and out and come in and out and come in, and at the end it was like this big crescendo of vibration. Look, you had an experience like other people. Yeah, I know. Sam's probably like, well, it's interesting to get Sam's perspective because you don't think about things the same way I do. So let me ask you this. Do you not care about like what other people experience? Like what's important to you? If it's not like having experiences that other people have, then what's important? We don't, but we are very similar sometimes. Hell yeah. Well, that's the beauty. That's the beauty of humans. You were never born and will never die. Om is a really good word that will focus you. I think what I really want is to end The question I have for you, Sam, is why now? Why does it have to be now? Why can't it be later? Because if it's now, then it's so final, you know what I mean? If it's later, then there's all the possibility that because life is all about change, right? Everything changes. So something might change between now and whenever it happens that could completely like transform. You might think you have a perspective now and you're going to have it forever. You don't know that. You don't know. Sam says, if it's later, I'm just going to keep wanting. I don't think you can exist and not want. Unless you become liberated. Unless you become enlightened. Well, you could start meditating. So you could start... Actually, you said you started... How's your meditation been going? You said you started to meditate again. Well, that will help you to stop wanting. Check the 2 arrows parable. Okay. Oh yeah, are you talking about like the first arrow is whatever pain you receive? That's a given. You can't change that. But the second arrow is the second arrow is I've been shot, I'm gonna die. Oh, it hurts so much. And you're going through all this suffering needlessly. Trying to like you're so averse to that second arrow. You're like shooting yourself with a second arrow of pain and suffering because you hate the first arrow so much. And it's like, well, if you just didn't hate the first arrow so much, you wouldn't shoot the second arrow into you. Sam says, I don't think that whatever I am can stop wanting. I want the part of me that wants... Oh, I want the part of me that wants to stop. Yeah, so you want not I. You want I to be gone. You want your I-ness to be gone. That's fair. I can understand that. Like wanting the wanting to be gone. But again, I would want it to be on my terms. Like, oh yeah, ego death, I can have that a little bit temporarily, and then I want it back. I don't want it to be forever. Like I said, the reason why I don't want enlightenment is because I don't want something permanent. I want the experience, and then I want something else. So ultimately, I'm always wanting something. Sam says, if the button was in front of me, the only thing that would stop me from hitting it is my parents. I'm trying to think of what to say. Because that's hard. I want them to be taken care of. I'd hit that button. The only thing that stops me from suicide is I don't fully understand the ramifications of it. Well, that's the thing, Sam, and that's what I'm trying to tell you, but I don't know how. Is that you might think you want something, but you have no, you don't know. You have no idea. I mean, respectfully. You have no idea what's going to happen in the next 5 years, 10 years, whatever. Really, anything could happen. Anything. Even if you can't conceptualize it, even if you can't understand it, something could happen. And don't you want to stay just for that possibility that something beyond your comprehension could happen? That's what I wish I could go back and tell myself when I was in my early 20s, and I kind of wanted the same thing. I kind of wanted the same thing where I was like, I'd be okay if I ceased to exist. But if I really did that back then, I wouldn't be me now. I wouldn't be enjoying life like I am now. Sam says, there's nothing that I've experienced that I think is worth having existed. Are you sure it's not, well, I mean, it sounds like you've made up your mind, so there's nothing I can do to change your mind. Ultimately, it has to be up to you what you do. It's kind of like whether you like the taste of broccoli or not. What do you mean by that? I don't think it's a conscious decision. I think it's just something innate. Oh, you mean the wanting? I feel like there's so much we don't understand about ourselves. I mean, even the concept of where do our thoughts arise from, I think is that's why people spend hours and hours and hours meditating daily, trying to understand that concept of where does it all come from? Where do our thoughts come from? Where do our perceptions come from? Right? And even if it manifests in a way where you have personal experience, it's still hard to wrap. I mean, for me, like, I experienced what it was like to have an itch come up, to have an itch arise and it get really intense and it feels like there's a bug on my arm and I want to scratch it, but I don't scratch it and it goes away and it leaves without me controlling it at all. It comes up and then it leaves, and it's not up to me. And it makes me think, wait, how much of what happens is actually up to me? And it's almost nothing. It's all an illusion. Control. It's an illusion. I forgot where I was going with that. Sam says, I never asked to be attracted to women. I never asked to think that manual labor isn't fun. I never asked to wish I didn't exist. I just did. But again, you have to think, like, it is temporary. It is temporary, though. Everything is temporary. Even if it's, like, hard, if you think it's hard ingrained into your personality, that can change. That can change. We don't know. But I think I don't think it's right to think that we will know. I think the wisest thing is to understand that we will never know and to make peace with that. Not saying I've done that. Well, I enjoy having you here. And you add to my life. So not having you would be a net negative on the lives of a lot of people. Yeah, I know. I'm not saying that like as an obligatory. I know people do that as like an obligatory thing. But I do mean that. And that's something we don't usually consider, is like what our actual impact is on other people, right? So when people do something like that, they're not considering any of that. It's a lot of like kind of this one track, like, oh, it's a very impulsive thing. It's a very impulsive thing. So don't do anything impulsive. Because you never know. Somebody's calling me. Who's calling me? I don't know. Sam says, I always tell people who want to kill themselves that it's fine, but be nice to people who love you. Talk to them about it. Let them say goodbye to you. Yeah, that's really heavy. I don't know. I mean, as someone who's on the other side of it, I just want to scream and yell and be like, and like shake people and be like, this is a really stupid decision. I wish I could go back to my previous self who tried at one point and be like, you fucking idiot. You don't understand anything. You don't understand anything. You have no idea what you're doing. So anyway. Alright. I think that we need to move on from this conversation. Because I'm getting a bit too... It's a lot. It's a lot. And I don't know how to appropriately have this conversation. I don't know how to appropriately address some of these concepts that are arising in a way that reduces harm. Ultimately, that's what I want to do, is reduce harm, reduce suffering, not only for myself, but for the people around me. So if I don't have an idea of how I can do that, then I kind of feel stuck. Toby's doing good. Let me show you her little we made paper yesterday. You see that? There's her little paw print. Or not yesterday, the day before. She left her little paw print on all the pieces of paper. It's so cute. She's so adorable. Oh my gosh, now I have this I have a permanent little piece of her. She stepped all over all the papers. I love her so much. I love her. The amount of love that I have for her is infinite. And that's another thing, and Dom will probably agree, is that that's what you ultimately want to achieve, is the state of permanent love, infinite love. Hi, Ivan, what's up? Yeah, Ivan, I was just showing off. You recommended, and Toby heard you, and she did the thing. Oh my gosh. I know that I won't have her around forever, but that's what makes me enjoy her so much every day. Remember that we die. Cats are number one. All others are number two or lower. Real. Wait, Ivan, I've never asked you. Do you have a cat? Do you have any cats? Did you say you were allergic? I forgot. Okay, let's do one more Goenka quote, and then we'll move on. Oh, I wanted to look at I got some greenhouses that I liked on Reddit. Ivan is a cat. Oh. Well. Okay, here's a quote. We cannot live in the past. It is gone. Nor can we live in the future. It is forever beyond our grasp. We can live only in the present. If we are unaware of our present actions, we are condemned to repeating the mistakes of the past and can never succeed in attaining our dreams for the future. Oh, brother. I just spilled tea on my face. Eesh. We cannot live in the past. Here's the interesting thing, is that like on one of the days I was living in the past. Like actually I was going back through my memories and like existing there, and that was fun. But I get what he's saying. I think that we're always trying to live in the past. We're always, every time we are recalling a conversation we had with somebody, like going through it in our mind, thinking about it over and over. You know, that's living in the past. But the thing is, the past is gone. You can't do anything about it. Hi, Orange, what's up? Happy Thursday. Orange, we're going back through some wisdom from Goenka. We're talking about a bunch of different topics. I was gonna look at here. Can I show you the greenhouses? When we move to Oregon, which will happen at some point, I want to have a greenhouse. Look at this, or like a solarium type thing. Oh my gosh, this is a dream. See, wanting is fun. Wanting is fun. I like wanting things. I like wanting things. I will never not want things. I like it. I like the roller coaster of life. I like the ups and downs. I like the suffering. I like the wanting makes you feel young. Yeah. Well, I've been, as soon as I overcame my depression, well, I still have a little bit of, but like the moment that I felt like I really overcame my depression was when I woke up every day and I was actually excited to start the day. I noticed at points in my life where my life really sucks that I really enjoy my dreams, and I enjoy living in my dreams, and I enjoy sleeping and being asleep and taking naps and just kind of, numbing myself, except not being awake, basically. Everything except for being awake. But in the times where I really enjoy my life, I don't know, like once I tend to have a lot of nightmares, actually. My dreams kind of, I don't like them. Either they're super mundane or they're like, they really suck. And when I wake up, I'm like, oh, thank God. Thank God I'm here. And oh wow, my life is so amazing. Oh wow. I'm so happy to be alive. Isn't that crazy? There's like some Dr. Seuss quote about reality finally being better than your dreams. And that's me when I overcame my depression. What will you grow? Okay, so Orange, I want to grow avocados. I don't know how difficult that's going to be, but I really want to grow avocados. Because when we move to Oregon and climate change happens, it's not guaranteed what we're going to be able to obtain. And avocados are expensive. I want to grow those. I want to grow citrus, like limes, lemons. I want to grow pomelo. I want to try and grow pomelos. Actually, I don't think I can do that. Pomelos seem like they require a large tree and water. What is a pomelo tree? I've driven past one before in China, and the fruits are just so huge, and they just grow them on the side of the. They just grow them on the side of the road. They're so cool. Yeah, look at these beautiful jewels. This beautiful bounty. Oh my gosh. Don't you just look at a tree like that and you're like, yeah. Life. You're just like, life. Am I right? Life. They're so heavy too. They're just like, they tug down on the tree because there's so much water. They're the biggest citrus fruits. Yes, I know. Exactly. What about you, Orange? Orange, what's your... Well, you already garden. So what's like your favorite thing to garden? They're so round and they're so perfect. Look how thick the stem needs to be to support it. But yeah, this rubs me as needing just a fuck ton of water. But when you cut into one... Well, you don't cut it like this. Rookie mistake. No, you gotta peel it. You gotta look like this. Well, not like this. This is crazy work. But you gotta peel all the pith off and just eat it segment by segment. It's not pomelo season right now, so now I'm craving pomelo. I'm craving. Well, shoot. I'm back to craving and aversion. I'm craving some pomelo. Pomelo is so tasty though. Orange says, I like my cherry tomatoes. I grow most years. Ooh, tomatoes. Those are fun. Ivan, Oh, Ivan would like to grow oranges. Classic. Oranges. Yeah, oranges are cool. I actually don't like oranges as much as I do pomelos, but they smell really nice. I really like the peels smell really nice. Orange says, I long for some giant trees. I wish the ones I planted would grow up. Patience. It takes so much patience. I also want to have, avocado. Let's see, how big is an avocado tree? Oh, I can't freaking type. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Okay. I feel like I could grow an avocado. Look, there's a little tree. Little avocado tree. I would grow this kind. I'm not sure what it's called, but just the ones that you get from California. Not the ones you get from Brazil. Oh my gosh. The ones you get from Brazil. Yo. That could like shatter a car windshield. They are huge. You see this? They're massive. And they usually have the smooth skin. I mean, they're like this big. They're like the size of my head. You don't want one of these falling on your car. You don't want to park. There's certain seasons of the year you just don't want to park underneath an avocado tree because it will shatter your windshield. Ivan says, I have a succulent that refuses to die. That's about the limit of my gardening. Hey, if you can at least keep that alive, that's good. The trick is to not water it. Don't water it. Unless it's literally like wilting and shriveling. Then you water it. That's what I do with my succulent. I wait until it's like it's not firm anymore and it's starting to shrivel. And then I water it. And it's growing out of control. It's going all over the place. I've got like vines coming all the way down on my kitchen sink and going this way for like, I want to say it's like a meter long. It's pretty impressive. I don't know what to do about what I could do is I could trim some of it off and repropagate. It's like growing roots in a bunch of places where you could chop it off theoretically and propagate a new one. I've considered trying to grow chocolate and vanilla. Ooh, but I'll need a tropical environment. Yeah, would you be able to do that with a greenhouse, something like this? I'm wondering. Well, this is not a greenhouse. This is a solarium. So this would be for like house plants. But damn, this is nice. This is really nice. I would do yoga here in the mornings. Can you imagine? I lay out my yoga mat. Amazing. Ivan says it's out on my balcony in the summer. It doesn't care. Yeah. Oh, that's good actually. Getting some extra sunlight. And cats. I love cats. Yeah, oh yeah, and the cats. You gotta have the little cat house as well. Okay, let's scroll through. This is my Reddit. I think this is chicken of the woods. Delicious. Doesn't that look tasty? That is some bright orange chicken of the woods, if I've ever seen it. I still have yet to find this in the wild. Oh, but when I do. See, here's another thing I want. Wanting is fun. Enjoying life, wanting things. I think what I can get behind, the Buddhist being free from wanting and desire that I can get behind, I think is when you want things that aren't good for you, and when you want things that you ultimately can't control. That's a problem. I agree with that. Wanting things that are out of your control. But wanting things that are in your control, I don't know. It's kind of fun. Yeah. So orange, it's edible. It's edible. You can like Some people pan fry it. Like, some people fry it like fried chicken and eat it. It's got a really savory flavor. And I think it tastes like chicken. I think that's where the name comes from. I haven't tried it yet. I really want to try it. Oh. It kind of looks poisonous, doesn't it? But no, it's edible. Oh yeah, I had a recipe for tofu, but you guys, I don't think I'll ever like tofu as much as I try. This looks like I maybe could, because look, it's a thin little piece. You guys like tofu? And if so, how do you get over the texture, the sour? It's the sour taste. The sour taste, I can't handle it. Ivan hasn't tried it. You've never tried it? That implies that you also never want to try it as well. Do you think you'd ever try it? I don't know if you'd like it. just knowing you and I don't think you'd like it. It's a nuanced taste. I mean, it's a niche. Like, or no, what is the word I'm looking for? Acquired. It's an acquired taste. Orange says, I struggle with the vaguely unattractive. Same. It's right? It's like that bitter, sour, and it can't be masked by anything. I've tried to make curry with it. I like baked some in the oven and I got it to be crispy. And that's good, because it's also the combination of the not good flavor and the how do I even describe the texture? It's like rubbery, the rubbery texture. So it's like, okay, I baked it, so now it's crispy. And I'll mix it with some curry, and that'll make it good. But it still had the tofu flavor. But maybe if it's really thin like this and it's got the spices on it, maybe. Ivan bought some but let it expire. Rip. Okay. I like this. I saw this and I was like, Willem Dafoe, count me in. I love him in it. I love his black turtleneck. I don't know much about him, but whenever I see that photo shoot that he did for, I don't know, whatever magazine, where he's just doing like the most quirky poses, that made me gain a lot of respect for him. But this is wisdom. You must learn to enjoy life without needing an audience to see that you're enjoying life. I'm something of an art critic myself. Yeah, and the meme is so good too. I think this is so true. You must learn to enjoy life without needing an audience to see that you are enjoying life. Every time I feel like I'm focusing on my audience, like whatever I'm doing, like focusing on other people, I find I don't actually enjoy what I'm doing. The times where I enjoy doing things are where everything else just kind of disappears. Everything disappears, and I'm just in the moment. Hi, Galti, welcome.
You are.
Oh my gosh.
And you are creating it.
Thank you so much. Oh, thank you. Subscription. You guys, shout out Galti. Galti's a streamer as well. Very kind. And at 11 months is insane. A long-time supporter of this channel. Let me see if I remember how to do this. Okay. What's the Green Goblin doing on my... We're sharing his wisdom. Galti, I feel bad I didn't shout you out last time. I'm the worst at remembering. But I hope you've been well. I hope your streams have been well too. But I love seeing the photos you've been sharing in my Discord as well. That's been really nice. Goblin wisdom is underrated. Real. Okay. Shifting. Oh yeah, I just saw this. This looks like a beautiful kitchen. Oh, doesn't that look nice? The things I want in my new house. Again, another thing I want. This is a stream of just wanting. When did we unlock librarian? Yeah, it happened when we received the paper making achievement. When we made paper, Toby gave it her stamp of approval. Where'd I put it? Oh, here. Look. Toby gave it her stamp of approval. She signed it. She manifested it. So now you get library. Librarian Marissa. Heading back to Ireland for a bit tomorrow. Yes! Share pictures. That's exciting. What are you gonna do? Are you gonna see family there? Are you gonna do a little vacation? Do you ever miss it? Miss being there? Or do you prefer living in England? Is the paper ready? Yeah, I was talking about it. So we made 3 different types. So the first type where we're making it really thin, it is nice. This is nice. I like this. You can fold it and it doesn't tear. It's sturdy. We could have blended it more. You see how there's like little pieces? There's little letters. There's an I. There's a W. There's an A. So we're gonna work on that. And then there's medium, which is like, it's like cardstock thickness, which, I don't know how I feel about it. I think I could use it to make cards. Yeah, I could use it to make like birthday cards or like greeting cards or thank you cards, which would be cute, you know. I got a bunch of those, and then we've got the borderline unusable ones, the ones, you know, at the end where I was just like, fuck it, there's way too much paper and not enough sheets. So these ones are like egg carton texture. Like literally, you think about a cardboard egg carton or a paper egg carton. It's like super sturdy, super rough too. This is not something you would write on or anything. So I thought about using this for like future craft projects to just like put underneath. Yeah. We were talking about, so Refly, you missed it, but we were talking about Goenka. He's accompanying me this week as well to help with my transition back to real life. And I could use it for my mushrooms. By the way, I need to check on my mushrooms because I mixed it earlier. He's levitating. Yeah. I just like the picture of him too. He just looks so happy in that picture. He's a nice man. He can be stern as well. Or he's just kind of like a stern father figure type thing of where like, I'm not gonna help you. You have to help yourself. He said it as it is, and that actually was really hard to hear sometimes, where it's like the wall of silence it was about to hit, and you're on your own. I'm gonna drop you in this ocean of nothingness, and you have to find your way out. You have to swim your way back to shore. There will be no lighthouse provided. There will be no map, no nothing. You do it. So, can be brutal, but is also very wise and very joyous. Oh my gosh, there's already another ad about to start. We're gonna have an ad break soon. I think I'm gonna go pee and get some more tea, and we'll continue our exploration. I also had a game that I was gonna play. Oh no. Why is my mouse going crazy? You see this? Hold on. My mouse is like going insane. Dropping frames and shit. We're gonna go look more. Yeah, P and T. We're gonna go do some PT. I'll see you guys in 3 minutes. Bro, don't even get me started, Refly. I ruined my carpet. I ruined my carpet with bleach. I used bleach to clean up my tea. Oops. Okay. Alright, we're back. Our mouse is having a time. I don't know what is happening. My mouse is going crazy, but we're back with snacks. I got some I got some raspberries, and I made these lemon poppy seed muffins. They're supposed to be muffins, but they turned out to be some sort of bread concoction with frosting. I accidentally added too much. Well, I accidentally added 1 cup too much flour because I couldn't do math. I was like, because I only have a 2/3 cup. I only have a 2/3 cup, and it requires 3 cups. So that means I need to do 6 of these. Ivan, I'm sorry. Ivan, I failed you. I can't do fractions. I can't do... Oh. God damn it. It's like, oh yeah. 6/3. Or whatever. Did I do it right? Wait. Now I'm thinking about it. Okay. I did 6. I did 6 2/3 cups, which means 12 thirds. 12 thirds is 4 cups. But I needed 3. What I should have done was 9. 9 of them. I mean, no. Do you see my issue? Whatever. So I realized I added... yeah. I realized I added 1 too many cups. And so then I was like, oh crap. This is like way too dry. And I knew I already fucked up because I was like... I was like, oh, baking is a really precise science. So we need to... So I tried to... I added an extra egg. And then I added extra baking powder and baking soda. And then I added like a cup of oat milk. I didn't have enough yogurt, first of all. And so I added like 2 cups of oat milk. Yeah, Ivan, I know. I'm sorry. I believe that I have the capacity. I believe I have the capacity to actually conceptualize and understand math. I do. I took calculus for scientists and engineers, and I passed. I passed Calc 3. I can do it. I just am so fucking lazy that yeah, I'm just lazy. It's amazing how quickly you forget things. If you don't use it, you'll lose it. So anyway, yeah. And then, so anyway, it actually turned it out okay. It looks really firm right now because it's frozen. Oh yeah, and I added extra lemon too. I added real lemon. But it tasted too bready because it has too much flour. And I used whole wheat flour, which already requires more liquid than what was in there. And so I was like, this needs something else. So what I ended up doing was I made cream cheese frosting, and we added that. The Costco muffins have cream cheese frosting, so. I tried making a lemon chiffon pie. Recipe calls for gelatin, cool in the fridge, but only until syrupy. 1 business call later, Jell-O. You still mixed it in. Oh, how did that turn out? Yeah, but you see, it's really dense. It's really dense. It's almost like you could take it and go, make a brick texture, like a brick noise. It tastes good. It tastes fine. You ate most of it? Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I don't like to waste food, even if I make it and it's not good. Okay. Let's continue our investigations. Oh no. Okay. Oh yeah, so I'm looking at all these places in Oregon. I'm dreaming. You guys, dreaming is fun. Don't you guys like to dream? Like to imagine? That's what life's all about. Thank you, Dom. Thank you. I'm channeling... What am I channeling? I'm channeling grandpa energy, I feel like. I feel like I look like a grandpa today. I specifically went to the New Age store because I wanted to buy something for my Vipassana. Clothes that weren't a t-shirt, because I felt like that was a little bit like, eh. The t-shirts I have are a little bit too irreverent for what I was going to. But I also didn't want to, I don't want to wear a bra. You guys, you don't understand my pain. I hate bras. I refuse to ever wear a bra ever again. I need to... I go to the old age store. What is that like? The opposite of the new age. Yeah, so this is just it's light. It's super light, but just opaque enough that you can't see anything. So, and it's baggy enough that, again, you can't see anything. Luckily, I have really tiny boobs. Really, really small. I don't know what I would do if I had anything larger than what I have. I'm glad. I'm happy with what I have. I like my body. There were times in the past where I didn't, and I wanted bigger boobs. No. It's too much of a hassle. I'm good. Orange asked, aiming for a suburban house or something more villagey? Villagey, absolutely. If I can avoid it, I despise cookie cut. I mean, I live in a cookie cutter house right now. Like a literal, so I live in a townhome right now. So it's like 6 units, 2 by 2, like 2 units combined. We share a wall with another unit, and they all look exactly the same. They're modern, so they've got kind of that like just whitewashed, like gentrified look to it. I don't know. It's just severe, postmodern. No, not postmodern, but you know what I mean. I don't know if this is gonna pull up anything. Oh, I mean postmodern. Okay, no, nothing like this. This is actually interesting. This is actually cool. But, dude, I don't know what's happening with my mouse. But I don't like, where all the houses look the same. It makes me really depressed. Ivan says, I was looking at inexpensive properties in Italy. Oh yeah, that's what everybody's doing these days. They're moving to Italy. Was Italy the place where you could buy a house along the coast for like $1? Just sell all your possessions and move to Italy. Looking at inexpensive properties that had marble and columns. Anything but drywall. Too many connections here to move, but dreaming is free. Exactly. Dreaming is free. Yeah, I don't know actually what we're gonna end up having. But it's fun to dream. It's fun to dream. I like this. So what I like is, I like my windows. I don't like just any window, because the window I have here, we've got a balcony, but the balcony has a wonderful overlook of a actual dumpster. I'm not joking. A wonderful, you step outside onto the balcony, you look out, and what do you see? First of all, you see a rehab center. because we're right, and then you see this dumpster, giant dumpster and concrete parking lot. Yeah. So I would love to have a window looking out at some nature. I think that would be amazing. Yeah, I mostly like the window. Look at the trees and the green and the so good. Oh, gotta make sure there's no mold on this. Okay. Dumbass, are you reading or planning to read anything? Oh my god. Dom, I was gonna tell you about my book. And I don't know if Sam's still here. Sam, if you're still here, I wanted to talk about this book. Ecotopia. Brother, this book is my dream. This book is... Hello, Lauren, welcome. How's it going? Welcome. We're doing a book review. And we're also looking at cool houses in Oregon. We like talking about philosophy on this channel. And anything, really. This book is so good. I was reading through it, and every single thing I was like, yep. This is my utopia. This is my utopia. I think I gave a brief overview of it the other day. I didn't really go into detail. So a basic synopsis is there's this journalist who's been sent to this place called Ecotopia, which is Cascadia, California, Oregon, and Washington. They succeeded away from the United States to form their own country because they're like, screw you guys. You guys are screwing up our planet. We're gonna do things our way. We're gonna do things environmentally friendly. They secured their own nukes. That's how they were able to do it. So the author was a realist. The author was a realist. So the Ecotopians do possess nukes. But so like transportation is trains. They have trains that go everywhere. I'm not sure if they're high speed or not, but they're trains. The way their architecture is designed is amazing. The way that people just interact with each other in society is really fascinating. What surprised me is that like they allow hunting, like so people still kill animals. People they're not like all vegans and everything. I mean, what they do try and do is try and reduce their impact on the environment. And so I think like farmed meat is gone, has been done away with. But like, eating to survive, like according to the ways of nature, I guess, is allowed. But actually there was a character, this is very egocentric of me. There's a character, her name is Marissa. And of course I was like, ooh. My interest was immediately piqued. And she's beautiful. The way that she was described, she's just like this ethereal, beautiful woman that just sweeps this reporter off his feet. And just like she's like sexually liberated. She's confident in herself. She's an arborist, so naturalistic fallacy. GG. Wait, what does that mean? Hold on. It means it's possible to find good in terms of merely described entities. Huh. Let's see. People eat 3 times a day, so it's morally good for people to eat 3 times a day. Oh, whatever practice exists is a natural one. Oh, I see. Yeah, in terms of eating meat. Yeah. No, I'm not saying it's morally right. It's not. But also, morality is something that we decide. Yeah, oh yeah, assuming that because something's natural, it must be morally good or justifiable. Yeah, true. Yeah, I thought it was interesting. They don't have. I don't want to. I don't want to spoil it, but the ways in which they deal with violence is interesting. Really interesting. There's one. There's one thing that I want to draw. I want to say, but that would be a big spoiler. But yeah, I fell in love with the book, with the place. I want to go live there. I want to be Marissa. I do. She seems so cool. She's just so confidently herself. And anyway, oh yeah, so she's an arborist. She works in the forest. She has such a love of, a lot of people have so much love of trees that it's almost a religious or like spiritual relationship where they'll name the trees. They'll have a ritual for the trees. If you use a tree to, if you use trees to make a house, you have to, I'm absolutely imagining myself with her. Absolutely, I put myself in her shoes. Yeah. I mean, how could I not? Like, how could I not? I don't usually do that with characters. But because she shares my name, obviously. What was I gonna say? Oh, if you use trees to make your house, you have to actually work in the forest to grow new ones, to like replace the trees that you used. And like the clothing is really interesting. It's, oh yeah, and everybody's like against plastic and processed food. Again, this is before the time of like RFK and all that bullshit. This is in 1970. Let's see, 1972, I think. Oh, 1975. So he knew. He knew. He was like, these plastics, terrible. We've known that for a long time, but we haven't done anything about it. We haven't actually done anything, but obviously it's an idealist. It's an idealist look on the, like, it's a utopia, right? And so it's not necessarily going to be possible, but I think there are some elements of it that can be perhaps incorporated into today's society. For example, like the communities, the people are so much more in tune with their emotions. They do sometimes get violent towards each other. And like say really, oh, that's okay. How's it going, Lauren? We're talking about ecotopia. People will say like really, really blunt things to each other and like get into screaming matches in public. Like couples will get into screaming matches and say obscenities and at each other and say the most terrible things. It feels like everybody says exactly what's on their mind when it's on their mind. And people aren't ashamed to be themselves. Which I like. It makes people more emotional. And that's something today's society we're really afraid of, I feel like. I don't think that's a good thing. You're eating a midday bagel. Nice. I like bagels. Bagels are good. Dom says, I think when we can zap the brain to cause enlightenment, that could create a utopia or dystopia. Humans are already messing around with stuff like that. I don't see how we wouldn't have it in 100 years. Oh, you're saying we're already doing stuff like that? As long as we're still here in 100 years, as long as we haven't blown each other up, then yeah, anything's possible. As long as the environment is still here, as long as the climate hasn't heated to the point of not being able to survive. Oh yes, Ivan is asking Dom how he defines enlightenment. This should be interesting. I think different people define enlightenment in different ways. Is enlightenment a temporary mind state? Or is it a permanent realization? My understanding is that it's a permanent realization. And it's not necessarily a mind state. Or it's not necessarily like a one-time thing. It's like you realize some sort of truth. It's like here's a good analogy. I think it's like Inception. And enlightenment is like Inception. This is how I always thought of it. Once you get that idea, you have an idea that's planted in your mind, then the rest of your life you will live with that idea. Deeply, deeply, deeply rooted in your subconscious. And your entire life will be based off that one idea. You don't actually like the term. Just triggering meditation states with technology. Yeah, it's interesting. It doesn't really go into like if people do any sort of meditation or mindfulness. But it does seem like an overall more in tune, people being more in tune with their own emotions. Like, here's one example. Like, if you go to a restaurant, so some people were at a restaurant and like the waiter brought the eggs to someone and the eggs were kind of fucked up. The eggs were like broken or like they were cold or something, and the customer received the eggs and was like, this is unacceptable. And they actually told the waiter, they were like, they're like, send this back, I'm not eating this. And the waiter was like, well, I'll bring out the cook and the cook will talk to you personally. And so the cook came and they got into a huge argument, like the cook and so the cook actually fought back. It wasn't like this customer is always right type thing. The cook was like, well, I work really hard and you have no idea how much I work and blah, 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 you know. And at the time that I served it out, it was ready, it was hot, it was perfect. It must have gotten messed up on the way. And actually what ended up happening was they had like a court of public opinion. Like everybody in the restaurant was so thoroughly invested in this argument that everybody was like weighing in on who's right and who's wrong. They had like an actual discussion, and ultimately everybody in the restaurant decided that the waiter was in the wrong. And so the waiter remade the eggs and delivered the eggs to the person personally. And the person was like, yes, that's right. And then everybody like went about their day. Like that's actually crazy. How do you guys feel about that? It's like solving, like people seem to be much more lax about everything, I guess. Like much more upfront, saying exactly what you think. There's not these like social niceties and formalities of like, oh, you're the customer, so I have to bend over backwards for you. No, it's like, no, I'm gonna defend myself, right? I actually like that. I like that. Although, like, maybe less gets done. The idea of work. What do you guys think about work? Like, what's the ideal work structure? I think this is it. It talks about how they arranged for a 20-hour work week. 20-hour work week. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. I think that sounds fantastic. But fantastic in the sense that, first of all, it's 20 hours, but then people will work extra if they have extra work to do. People are more invested in their work. They're like, first of all, they have to stay there less time, so they get things done really efficiently. They'll accomplish all their work within a short amount of time. But then if extra work needs to be done, they'll stay. I just feel like that's the ideal. But it has to be a cultural thing, I feel like. It can't just be something that we suddenly... I think it wouldn't work if, like, the United States, for example, had this widespread shift to, like, a 20-hour work week. Because already culturally we have it in the minds of every single worker. First of all, that the man doesn't care about us, and all the work we do is just kind of, enough to survive, and we're already slaving away for what? So that would be in the back of people's mind. And then also, like, that would influence, like, oh, when I show up for work, I need to do the bare minimum. I just hope your country doesn't... Me too. Shit. Yeah, something like a 20-hour work week is, like, so beyond idealistic at this point. Like, fuck, I just hope our country is still here in 20 years. That looking a little sus. Ivan says, Americans work pretty hard compared to the rest of the world. We do work hard, but for what? I don't know. As someone I've had bullshit jobs before. And I feel like there's so many bullshit jobs out there. And I don't know if you guys can relate, but having a bullshit job is so demoralizing. How am I improving society? You have no idea what you're even adding to society. You're just coming in, you're doing your work, you're leaving, you're getting the money, but you're not actually having any conceptualization of how you're making the world better, which I feel like is an essential part of work. Am I wrong in that? I feel like everybody needs to be able to see how their work, and that's a luxury, apparently. Apparently it's a luxury to see how your work helps other people. How your work even helps society. How your work even helps the company. Sometimes you don't even know how the work helps your company. It's like, I'm just sitting here like a monkey, typing away numbers in this spreadsheet. God knows why. I'm just doing what my supervisor told me to do. Because if I don't, I'll get fired. Like, I don't know. So we could pay $800 a month for health insurance. Health insurance is a scam. But it's only people who have the luxury of having enough money that don't buy into it. Not buying into it is a luxury that a few people have. Ivan said, I visited Sweden. It's like they realized not everyone would be a rock star NBA player, and they engineered a society in which retail workers could have a good life. Wow. Well, it's kind of the same here, like in Ecotopia. Everybody see. Well, that's the key is missing is that people don't see how their work is impacting other people. They don't find meaning in their work. You can find meaning in any sort of work. Anything. And obviously it has to come from within and yada yada. I've got Goenka over here, and that's what he would say. It has to be generated from within, your enjoyment. But there are things that impact whether you enjoy it or not. If you're constantly worried about being able to afford health insurance and your life and like your groceries and your rent and etc., etc., if you're constantly worried about the political state of where you live, about whether, there might be social unrest, if you're constantly worried about the environment, it getting worse and nature being impacted, if you're constantly worrying about all these things, then you don't, your brain is so full of all this that it doesn't have the capacity to do that. The only times I've ever been able to generate joy and happiness within myself is when I've had the space and time to figure that out. Like going on this 10-day meditation retreat, that is a luxury that many people can't afford. And I want to acknowledge that. Like, I don't know. I don't know how to help people. I'm trying to think about it, but I'm not sure. It feels like so many people are just stuck. I think Goenka talked about it a little bit, about how like it has to be about empowering people instead of feeding them, instead of just giving them things. But that's easy for people to say. It's easy for somebody like me to say, well, just work on yourself. Well, just go on this meditation retreat and blah, blah. Just, yeah. And that's only because I have had the luxury to do all these things. I've lived in times in my life where I have been in it. I have been deep in the rat race where I've had to work to survive. And like I worked a bullshit job and every day was the same and felt like that SpongeBob episode. I was constantly worried about everything. And like the only thing that got me out of that was something out of my control. It wasn't anything that I did. It was just like, yeah, my circumstances changed because I got married. So it wasn't because of my own merits. Okay, anyway, let's keep looking at greenhouses. Let's keep looking at greenhouse. Let me shift my OBS. Oh yeah, I shared this already, but this is a good one. Oh my gosh. I want this. I don't even know how you would make it. But it looks so tasty. It looks simultaneously very tasty, but also very comfy. Dom says it's meritorious to find a spouse. What does meritorious mean? Hold on. My keyboard's broken. Deserving praise, reward, and esteem. I don't know, man. I won the lottery. I don't know what to say. I won the lottery. Oh, it's sugar! It's sugar. Oh, it's so cute. It's so cool. Or maybe like cake. Maybe it's like crumbled cake. How beautiful. Evan, you don't like berries? That's tragic. Wait, why don't you like berries? Berries are the best fruit, in my opinion. I like it when the flavor is really concentrated. I don't like the watery fruits. I like apples and oranges and peaches. I don't like those. They're too watery. I need my fruit to be all the flavor is concentrated. I prefer my berries passed through a factory first. Oh, Well, as long as you're eating. Speaking of berries, somebody posted in foraging, my largest raspberry haul yet. This is gonna be me when I go foraging. It reminds me, there's somebody, I think he's in Oregon or California or somewhere, but he's going an entire year of just foraging. Like, he's surviving off of what he forages for an entire year. Brother, how do you even when this is your haul, this is your haul of, like, after 4 hours of trekking through the forest, you finally find something that may be edible, or it may kill you. You don't know. Ivan says, I eat apples. I had strawberries this week, but that's very rare. Well, everybody likes something. Everybody likes different things. And that's what makes us unique. I like golden delicious apples. Those ones I'll accept because they have more flavor concentration. But like the red apples, I can't. I can't do it. Oh yeah. Oh, this is the life. Imagine having a greenhouse like this. Delightful. Yeah, I want a greenhouse that, I want a greenhouse. I might want to put a couch. We'll see. But I would want one that you kind of build separately from your house. I don't think I'd want one that's attached. But ultimately, the reason why I want a greenhouse is so that there's no bugs. There's gonna be bugs, but like, I don't want to have bugs on all my kale and my things I grow. Oh, it's a desert greenhouse. Beautiful. Okay, just a couple more and we'll be done. Oh yeah, this one's so cool. Look at this. Super unique. I wonder where you get that plastic. That's probably plastic. It's probably not glass. In that shape. That's amazing. Lauren says, I would love a greenhouse. I love growing food. Do you? What's your favorite food that you like to grow? I want to grow food, and I grew some garlic. That was my first thing that I ever grew. Besides the kale that was just infested with bugs. What's up, Spellcross? I want my nature without those pesky little bugs. Yeah, I can understand that. I mean, I'm trying to become more of a... Thank you for following. Thanks for the follow. I'm trying to become more, not a Janist, but I stopped killing bugs in my house. Not to brag or anything. Not to brag. But I don't kill... Actually, you know what? That's a fucking lie. That's a fucking lie. I just lied. Because I murdered a bunch of ants downstairs. I vacuumed them up. They were eating Toby's food. They were forming a trail going towards Toby's food, and I vacuumed them up. Like a genocidal maniac. Okay. I don't kill the spiders. I don't kill spiders. I don't kill big beetles. I don't kill the you gotta let them bite you. No, I'm not that hardcore. Not yet. Oh, I'm not that hardcore yet. There was somebody at my meditation retreat that let an earwig eat her hand. That's too far for me. Oh, Lauren grows basil for pesto. Fresh pesto with fresh basil. That sounds delicious. Oh, yummy. I bought some basil from the store and made fresh pesto because they sell like those basil plants. Delicious. Eris says, get shit on by my big hairless apes, dumb small insects. Oh, shit. You know what? Eris is not going to Buddhist heaven. Eris is going to Buddhist hell. Actually, you know what? I can't determine that. I'm not. Who am I? I'm not a determiner. What's up, Eris? Eris, I missed you. Wait a second. Wait, hold on. Wait, 1 second. I'll be right back. Oh my gosh, am I dropping frames? Oh fuck. Okay. 1 second. You guys, look at this. Oh, I hope I'm not dropping frames. Am I okay now? No, my camera died. My camera fully died. What if I deactivate my camera and then activate it? My computer's not hot, I swear. Oh no. Should I delete my video capture device? Okay, what if I... Oh, but I have all my things on there. Hold on. No, I really want to show you, Eris. I really want to show you. Please don't leave. Don't leave. This is only temporary, just like everything. Just like everything Goenka said. This too shall pass. Hold on. I'm adding another video capture device. I'm gonna start echoing. Hello? Well, we are well and fully cooked. What do I do? Do I stop? What if I stop streaming and then start? Okay, guys, stay here. I'm gonna stop streaming and then start. You're gonna get hit with ads though. Fuck! Add a PNG of yourself. Don't. I wanted to show. Okay, I'm gonna stop streaming and then start. Hold on.